Not only does it look terrible, my butt flies out of the saddle, my neck gets all tense, and it's really hard to ride. Alright, hello everyone, I'm Amelia. Today's video is about looking up. So recently I did a few surveys and I found that one of the most common rider position problems is looking down. So put a comment down below, let me know, yes, hello, I look down when I ride. I do it personally, for sure, and it is a really bad habit. So first of all, why do we look down? I think a lot of the reason that we look down is because we're trying to rely on visual instead of feeling. So everything we do in our life, I think it's something like 70% of the input to our brains is from visual. And so when we're riding, we try to like look at what our hand's doing, look at what our horse is doing, as opposed to feeling what's happening. And this is actually bad because it's faster to feel and to react to feeling than it is to look at it visually. So it's actually going to speed up your reaction times when you try to feel your horse more as opposed to looking at your horse. So a couple of things. The first reason that it's important that you look up, and I'm going to turn to the side, is that when we ride, we want to have your ear, shoulder, hip, heel alignment. This is like one of the basics of your rider position. And when you look down, that alignment gets out of whack. So like if I look down like this, like you can see what that does to me is my ear is in front of my shoulder is back, and it might cause you to either, like for me, it causes me to lean a little bit forward. Some people might lean back. So you can see how much looking down affects your alignment. When you're looking down like this and you're no longer in neutral spine, you're not going to be able to absorb the motion of the horse correctly. So let me just demonstrate quickly the difference between looking up and looking down. So I'm just going to sit here at the walk and I'm going to really focus on looking up. One thing that I really have to think about that helps me with my looking up and my alignment is to actually think about bringing my ear back over my shoulders. So a lot of times what we do is that we kind of go like this and like our chin comes too far forward. So when you can think about kind of bringing your chin into your throat, kind of like you're making a double chin, and bringing your skull back, that's going to help to get the correct alignment. And one thing that I really like to do that helps remind me to look up is to look at the trees and look at the horizon. So let me just pick up the trot here. So here I'm looking up, I'm looking at the trees, I'm looking at the skyline. Now here I'm looking down. And like there's a huge difference in my seat when I look down. So let me look up again. Like here I can really feel my seat swinging and following nicely with my horse. Now, when I look down, it's such a big difference. Like my whole entire spine and back is affected when I look down. Good boy. So I have this like special little pair of sunglasses that I have created. I'm going to walk over to the camera person. So I saw this thing of people making these sunglasses with the bottom half blacked out to help you stay looking up. So you can purchase these, but I decided to just make a pair. The sunglasses are from the dollar store. I always get my sunglasses from the dollar store because when you're around horses, you're always breaking them and losing them. So get a pair of sunglasses from the dollar store, and then I just took 2 pieces of duct tape and blacked out the bottom part of the sunglasses. So this is a little tool to help remind me to look up, and I'm going to give it a try here, let you know what you think. So basically what this does is it makes it so that you cannot look down and rely on looking at your horse. And I was trying to ride with these earlier, so I definitely think that there's a point, like it would be useful to try this out. I encourage you guys to give it a try and just see if it works for you, because it does make you really aware of how much you look down. Because like when I was riding around here, I kept like trying to look down, but since the bottom part of the glasses are blacked out, you can't. Basically all I can see are his ears, but I can no longer see my hands. So I think that riding with these glasses is kind of a good tool, because it just makes you aware of how much you want to look down to see what's going on. What I don't like about these is that I do think that when you're riding, like you need to glance down and kind of check in with your horse's neck position and also with your hand position. So when I have these glasses on, basically all I can see is my horse's ears and the horizon. When I don't have these glasses on, I'm going to take them off and kind of go through with you what I'm looking at. So when you ride, you want to have what we call soft eyes. So soft eyes are where you're kind of perceiving everything around you. And if, like, let's say, for example, that I'm riding a 20-meter circle, basically I alternate between hard eyes and soft eyes. So hard eyes are like when I get to the center line here, I look at B and make sure to get my horse pointing towards B. Then once I know where my next touch point is on the circle, I have soft eyes where I'm looking around. And in my soft eyes, I'm, looking at what's going on. I'm looking at the trees. I'm looking at the horizon. Periodically, I'm glancing down at my hands and my horse's ears. So I'm not staring down there. I'm just glancing down, so I'm checking like that my hands are even. I'm looking a little bit at my horse's neck and making sure that it looks like he's round. And then I'm looking up again and looking at the horizon. So I think that the way that you use your eyes is really important, that you look up and around, glance down, look up and around, glance down. And it's important when you glance down that you just use your peripheral vision to glance down, and you don't actually have to rotate your head downward. So I've been trying really hard to look up more, because it's such a bad habit, and it does really affect your horse's way of going, your ability to sit in the saddle and follow the motion. And it also puts your weight on your horse's forehand. So when you're looking up like this, it gives a much more uphill picture to your horse. If you look down like this, it puts your weight on your horse's forehand, and it's going to make them look more on the forehand. So let me just demonstrate that quickly with him in the canter once. Okay, so here I'm looking up. I'm thinking about keeping my butt in the saddle, moving with him, glancing down, and then looking ahead to the next touch point. Now, if I look down, you're going to see a big difference. So if I'm staring down at his head like this, not only does it look terrible, my butt flies out of the saddle, my neck gets all tense, and it's really hard to ride. So go back to looking up, putting my butt in the saddle, swinging my hips. Good boy. Good boy. So the moral of the story is that you should look up when you're riding. Let me know if this video is helpful. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I make a new video every Wednesday, and check out the description. There's some awesome freebies down there for you, a free mini course on rider position and one on confidence as well. So thanks so much for watching.